Good morning everyone, or whenever it is that you're watching this. Welcome back to another video. I hope everyone's had a good week. If you haven't, I'm sorry. Don't dwell on it, move on. You've got this, you can do it. Just get through this next week. Today I'm going to be doing an upper body workout. Also, by the way, I've just poked myself in the eye with my mascara, so if it looks like I'm crying, I'm not. I'm just an idiot. So today's going to be a upper body video. I haven't done a workout video in a while. I'm hoping my camera battery is going to last because I forgot it again when I went home. Again, showing how much of an idiot I am. Hopefully it's going to come whilst I'm at the gym though, so we should be okay. But if I change outfits halfway through or even gyms, that is why. Yeah, so we're going to do upper body, full upper body today. So everything upper body, that's including abs. Doing like one exercise for abs at the end. So yeah, without further ado, let's get to the gym. Okay, before we get started, just in case you're new to my channel, I am currently training in my student accommodation gym. So the equipment isn't like extensive, so there's some exercises in here that if you have a machine to do it, feel free to use a machine, but I'm just using what we have because we only have a cable, rack and 3 benches. So I'm currently waiting for some equipment, so I just thought I'd put a little thing in, just be like, it's a small gym. Some of the stuff I probably wouldn't be doing if I had other equipment, but I might do with what I've got. This is my last week on this training plan actually, so my workout will probably change after this week, so yeah. But yeah, let's get going. Okay, so first one after I finished warming up was eccentric chin-ups. So if I was strong enough, I'd just be doing normal chin-ups, but I'm not strong enough. So this is kind of if you wanted to work on like the pull-up motion, a chin-up exercise, but you just don't have the strength to do both parts of the movement yet. What I'm doing is I've got a bench and I'm jumping up, so I'm using like momentum to help me jump up to get to the top, and then I'm slowly bringing it back down. This works because muscle building actually occurs when you're doing the lowering phase of the movement, like the eccentric phase. So with this one, that's what this is doing. You're just doing the movement that you can do and skipping the bit that you can't do. So, oh, dropped a pencil. I'm jumping up at the top and then slowly lowering it down, trying to keep my core engaged the entire way through. I am making sure that I'm not wobbling about all over the place. Like I said, I'm jumping up as high as I can get to. You want to try and use the full range of motion to get as high, your chest as high as you can, and then slowly lower it down. I know it doesn't look like slow, but when you're doing this movement, this is slow, and just make sure you're using the lats, so the muscles that are underneath your armpits, to do it. And that's the main exercise that's being used. So make sure you're feeling it there, and they're the ones that are slowly controlling the movement down. Next up is incline dumbbell bench press. So you can see the bench is on a slight incline. You don't want it too high because that's going to work your shoulders more than your chest. But you don't want it flat because you want to get that incline kind of movement in, so it's working and targeting the upper part of your chest. Again, not too quick, not too fast, not too slow. Making sure you're concentrating on the movement. You want your arms to be at a kind of 90-degree angle with the floor. So you want it like parallel, pointing upwards. You want to go as deep as you can. So imagine if you've got a barbell, you want to imagine the barbell almost touching your chest. Not actually touching your chest, but almost touching your chest. Make sure you're going down both equally on each side. So don't have one arm like going way lower and way quicker than the other one. And trying to go all the way up. Don't worry too much about meeting in the middle, just pushing up and engaging that core as well. Really pushing through those abs. They'll really help with this movement. Okay, next up we have our first superset. So the first exercise is dumbbell front raises. So this exercise is targeting the shoulder muscles, and it's the delt. So it's the bit like right on your shoulders, right at the top of your arm. You want to make sure that they are the muscles that are bringing that dumbbell up. Do not kind of swing into it too much, because that's going to bring in different muscle groups. It's literally your shoulder pulling that dumbbell up. Don't go too high up, so don't go probably past your shoulder height. You're bringing it up to shoulder height, then controlling the movement down. Again, just like on the chest press, you want to control and engage your abs on this, because that's going to help with this movement. That's also going to stop you swinging too much and making sure that it's the shoulder that's just doing the work on it. The exercise that's supersetted with frontal raises is hammer curls on the cable. So using the rope attachment, you're doing hammer curls. All that means is it's exactly the same as a bicep curl, but your hands are turned inward. So it's just targeting a little bit of a different angle on the bicep. You want to try and keep those shoulders back. I'm not the best at this, so if it's rubbish on the video, just try and make sure those shoulders stay back. They're not rounding forward, and they're not contributing to the movement. You want to try and keep the elbows as still as you can as well. So it's literally just the biceps pulling up. Just like on every other exercise, try and make sure that the muscle you're trying to target is the only thing that's moving that weight up and down. Again, slowly control it back down and engage your core, just like everything else. Next one, we're back down to a single exercise. So we are doing wide seated row for this one. This is one of these ones that I mentioned at the beginning, where if I had different equipment, I'd be doing it a different way. If I was in a normal gym, I'd be using a lat pull down bar, because with this one, I can only get to where it like my body is. Whereas a lat pull down bar, I could curl around my body a little bit more. So I'd be using a lat pull down attachment rather than just a straight bar. With this one, I want to focus on keeping my elbows wide, so not letting my elbows come in down by my sides. They're literally as wide as I can, so it's targeting my upper back as much as I possibly can. Trying to keep your shoulders out of it, so your shoulders nice and still, not pulling the bar back. It's your back that's doing the entire work here. Literally imagine that your back is the only thing that's pulling that bar, just like with all the other ones. Keep core nice and tight, keep up nice and straight. This one's really easy to move from your hips. Try not to do that. Keep nice and still, and your back's doing the only kind of work. Superset up again. So first exercise is lateral raises on the cable. With these ones, you might see a lot of people like leaning by quite a lot. I literally just grab onto the cable solid bit just to kind of support myself a little bit. Don't lean too far into it. With this one, it's super important that you feel like it's your delt, which is your shoulder, that's going to be the thing that's pulling the cable up. You don't want your trap, which is the bit on your neck, to be pulling it up. It's the side of your shoulder that is pulling that weight up and away from you. Try and think about pulling up through your little finger as well. That's really going to help your delt to be the thing doing the work here. Supersetted with lateral raises are rear delt flies. So that's the kind of the back bit of your shoulder that's doing the work. So you're pulling through that bit. Again, like lateral raises, it's important to really isolate that muscle that's doing the movement. So literally pull back through the rear delt, so the back of your shoulder. Try and keep your shoulder down the entire way through, so it's not hunching up towards your head. Just pulling back through that rear shoulder part, keeping the core nice and strong with this one, because you want to stay nice and still. You don't want to be turning with the cable, so it is the delt that's the only thing pulling that wire. Okay, final exercises. It's another superset.
The last one, we are finishing off with some tricep work, so back of your arm. With the tricep, I'm doing single arm tricep extension. So again, using the cables. You don't need any attachment on for this one. I just do it without anything on. Try and keep those shoulders pulled back, just like with the bicep curls. Literally pull them back as far as you can and keep that elbow as still as you can. When you're at the bottom of the movement, where your arm's like straight, try and give like a little squeeze to your tricep. Like squeeze your tricep as hard as you can at the bottom. And make sure that's the only thing that's pulling it down again. So keeping the shoulder still, elbow still, core nice and tight. And obviously you're doing one side and then straight away at the other side and then on to the next exercise, which is Russian twists. So Russian twist is the ab movement that I talked about that we're doing, that we're finishing with. So with Russian twists, you want to get a weight that's still heavy. Just because you're doing abs doesn't mean that you're going to do it light or loads of reps. You're still getting a heavy weight. Keeping your shoulders back as much as you can. Trying to keep your body as still as you can. And you're turning from your core. It's your abs that are moving here and controlling the weight moving to side. Try and look as far back as you can. Try and look and keep everything else still. Core doing the work, and just try and keep those shoulders back and not hunching over as much as you can. If you need to, put your feet on the floor if it's too difficult, but you can put your feet off the floor as well to make it harder, but just focus on making sure you're adding weight to it. You're not just doing it light. It's like any other exercise.
Okay, so I probably said it in the voiceover, but my battery died literally as I was doing the last exercise, so I didn't get another angle of Russian twists, but hopefully you got the gist with my voiceover and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's it for today. It took me a while, but that's because I was filming and stuff. I think that workout normally takes me about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 15. So it's not, I mean, it's longer than some people's workouts, but my workouts tend to be quite longer anyway. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest in between, you know, engage your core on everything. I'm just rambling on now. That's gonna be, I'm gonna shut up because I need to learn how to stop talking. I hope that was beneficial to you guys. If you have any other workouts you want to see, let me know. Like I said, that was the last of that training plan, so that's the last time I'm going to do that workout. But if you guys want to see my upcoming training sessions, let me know. I'm actually doing so I'm going into a muscle gain phase now, and I'm actually doing a glute specialized one. So I'm really focusing on building my glutes and my delts a little bit as well. So I'm following kind of a program recommended by Brett Contreras, which is, he's kind of known as the glute guy. He's known for doing loads of research on glutes. And this is kind of what he recommends to kind of see good progress. Because I've been training for quite a few years now, I'm not going to build muscle quickly. So I'm going to use his program to try and get a little bit more muscle on the booty. So if you're interested in seeing those workouts, let me know. I'm doing 5 workouts a week, which I'm so excited for. I've only been doing 4 at the minute, and it's been driving me crazy. So I'm going back to 5. 3 of them will be glutes, like lower body. They'll be working the quads as well, but it's very like all the exercises in there are for glutes. And the other 2 are upper body, and I'm kind of focusing more on my delts because they're the kind of, I want to grow everywhere. My main places are my delts, my biceps and my glutes and my quads, but hopefully my quads will grow with the glutes. But I'm going to focus on my delts for upper body, and I'm going to do that for 12 weeks, I think 12 weeks, yeah. So if you're interested in those workouts, comment below and I will happily oblige. I love fun workouts. Obviously you guys know that I'm very heavily into fitness, so I would love to show you them if that's what you want to see. If you have any other suggestions for fitness related videos, please let me know because I'd love to do more. I can't think of anything besides workout videos, so yeah, let me know because I'm not very good at thinking of ideas. So that's it for this week. I shall see you next week. I shall love yous and leave yous. Hope you have the best week, chickpeas. Smash it, attack it. You've got this. Okay, see you next time.